watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero.
Welcome inside the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. It's the 48th annual San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Alamodome. It is All-Star Saturday. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck McIntyre, from Thursday Night Lights. It's a Saturday inside the Dome, and this has been our tradition for about the last 10 years or so. This is a long-standing tradition in San Antonio. As I said, the 48th annual. It was created many years ago by the late, great George Pasterchick, Frank Martin over at the Kids Sports Network. And when Russ Bookbinder and San Antonio Sports took this thing over, here inside the Dome, it went to a new level.
It sure did, Don. And I mean, this is just a great way every year to kind of culminate and really put everybody on parade one last time, right? I mean, we had a great season on TNL this year, and we've got 119 ball players this year represented by 68 schools, not only in San Antonio, but also in the outlying area. What a great way to galvanize everything in one little bow and start off the new year in epic fashion.
Many of these kids playing in front of scouts one more time. Some of them will get scholarship offers right there on the field afterwards. Some of them already know where they're going, including the two-time state champion Hudson Woods from Smithson Valley, an absolute terror in the state championship game his senior year. He's headed to SMU, and Chuck, what a dominant football player.
What a dominant football player, what a dominant resume. I mean, this guy's played in the state championship game 3 years in a row, has 2 rings to show for his efforts. Don, I think when you say unblockable, you're thinking about 92. This guy is unbelievable. Size, speed, strength, the whole package, and we're going to see him a lot today.
On Thursday Night Lights all season long, we see some of the best athletes in town. This guy jumped out this year from Brandeis. Nick Barber, 6'3", 250. He's headed to New Mexico.
So the great thing about Nick Barber is, to your point, he's a great athlete. It's really not determined. Is he a better defensive end than he is tight end? I mean, I'm not really sure. He's really good at both. Tremendous athlete. Decided on New Mexico very early on in the process, and just a fantastic young man all the way around. Comes from a great family, and looking forward to watching him play as well.
We may see Corey Daly from Seguin. He played in the big All-American Bowl here earlier here today. He signed to go to Pittsburgh, but he might take some snaps and play in both games. I don't know if we've ever seen anybody do that.
Well, I know we haven't seen anybody do that, right? It would be great if we do see Corey Daly, because, you know, 6'7", the guy, I don't know if he's 200 pounds, but it doesn't matter. He has got a rocket arm, sees the field like very few can. This guy's got designs on playing in the NFL someday, and you look at those statistics and go, well, who's going to stop him?
On Team Blue, J.I.V. Graham from Harlan High School, one of the electric players in San Antonio. He's got a very unique story, and TCU loves this kid.
Yeah, he really does have a unique story. I mean, he's got some hearing challenges, but you wouldn't know it by watching him play ball. I mean, he gets the signals in. He knows exactly what he's going to do every time he touches the ball. And Don, we watched a lot of football this year. This guy might have the best feet in town. I mean, it is unbelievable how quickly this guy can get vertical and sideways and get on down the field. TCU's got one of the most electric players we have in the entire area in J.I.V. Graham.
Also, another unique story is Kyle Jackson from John Jay High School. The linebacker is going to study bioengineering at MIT, of all places.
So this might be, I don't think I'm going to get much of an argument from you, probably our favorite story of the year, right? This guy's not only a great ball player, he's in the band, but oh yeah, he's also wrecking things in the classroom too, and always wanted to play football at MIT, and he's going to have his chance. What a wonderful story. What a great all-around talent Kyle Jackson is.
And if you look up Texas high school football player in the dictionary, you might see a picture of Cole Higbee. He's just a good old-fashioned slobber-knocking linebacker.
So he's committed to Army, and when I see this guy, I keep thinking bad bad Leroy Brown. This is the baddest dude in the whole darn town. I mean, we're going to see this guy sideline to sideline looking for contact. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he's looking for contact for guys on his own sideline. This is one sturdy football player, and boy, he's going to be fun to watch one more time.
We can't wait to kick it off here in the Alamodome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero. When we come back, we will meet the coaches here on the CWSA. We are getting closer to kickoff here inside the Alamodome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero, the 48th annual, and today you will see 119 of the best seniors from all over South Texas. It's also an honor for the coaches to be selected for this game. Our tech coaches for this year's game on Team Blue, T.P. Miller from Johnson High School, and from Southwest High School, it's Alex Franco. Both have built great programs over the last few years, and earlier this week we talked to Coach T.P. Miller.
Just being able to be around student athletes that love the game, looking forward to playing at the next level. Some of them wanting to develop relationships, so talk to somebody that's going through the same thing that they're going through. Then the ones that are not playing, it's something that they were part of the elite group that were selected to play in a San Antonio All-Star game, and that's a special accomplishment. And so just take away the life lessons. That's what football teaches you, life lessons, especially this game. There's something about representing your community. There's something about representing your school and playing against the elite talent that we have here in San Antonio.
Thomas, a senior at UT San Antonio, studying medical humanities with a pre-med concentration, and the older sister of Team White's Jeffrey Thomas from Bandera High School. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give it up for Emma Brooke Thomas. Great job.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga. Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
Welcome inside the Alamodome, where it is always a perfect 72 degrees with very little wind from the east or the west. It is always perfect inside the dome. Team White will kick off. Team Blue will have it first here tonight. Our kickoff brought to you by the Gomez Law Firm. And we appreciate Gomez for being with us the entire season on Thursday Night Lights. As you see, G. Ivory Graham, one of the deep backs for Team Blue. Coach Alex Franco coaching Team White, and we are about to get underway.
Always fascinated to see how cohesive both of these teams can be, Don, when you talk about a very short week of practice, a couple hours each day, and then you come out and we're going to see some things tonight, I bet you, we haven't seen either in our lifetimes or in eons. And for us, I know that's not that long.
Brogan Dempsey also back deep for Bernie Champion. So we get the full effect of the strobe lights inside the Alamodome, which they do often for UTSA football. And doing the honors, kicking off for Team White. Got a couple of different kickers here for Team White, but it'll be Trent Amaya. And we saw him do a great job in the state championship game for Smithson Valley. In fact, he set a UIL state record back in 2024 with 4 field goals in the state title game.
Oh, consider how many times that Smithson Valley has been knocking on the doors for championships here, especially here of late. Going to get some opportunities, but yeah, he's been as dependable as anybody. And I think the fascinating thing talking about that Smithson Valley team too is they're lining up against Lone Star Frisco, and you know those guys had 9 D1ers, and everybody was worried about their speed and all that. But as dominant as their defensive line was all season long, and in particular in that game, you know, one way you can slow down speed is never let anybody to get up to speed. So well done, Smithson Valley, in capturing back-to-back titles.
Larry Hill, a Hall of Famer already, kept putting them around the cup, as they say, and all of a sudden he dropped a couple in for birdies and state championships as Amaya kicks it deep, and it will be fielded by Graham at the 2. He will bring it out. Good coverage there by Team White, and he's brought down shy of the 15-yard line. I think 11 or 12 was about his forward progress. And so we will see the Team Blue offense first. Their quarterback, the first one out of the gate, is Caden Glass. He's the 2-time All-District performer from Brennan High School, who's thrown for over 4,400 yards and 55 touchdowns this year. He's got a 30-7 record as a starter for the Brennan Bears, one of the best in town, as are all of these guys. And Graham will line up behind him in the running back spot.
Career achievement for sure for Caden Glass. You think about all the big ball games that young man has played in his career.
They'll scrimmage from the 11. They go to Ivory Graham, and he gets across the 15, short of the 20 to about the 18-yard line. It'll be second down. As we take a look at some of these starting offense, Richard Severns has several offers from Roosevelt. He's a big one up front. Brogan Dempsey, an electric wide receiver, as is Aldrich Trotter, who plays quarterback at Harlan. In this game, he'll be listed as an athlete and play some in the slot. They hand to Graham again. He bounces outside, and you can see the kind of moves why the Horned Frogs want him, and he's up to the 30-yard line, and it's a first down.
Yeah, it's pad level, it's feet, it's decision-making, literally everything.
That's an HEB first down. Glass on the keeper himself this time, and coming up to make the tackle, and a good one, a good strong tackle, is Bryce Cole Jr. from Veterans Memorial. Take a look at the...
yeah, making his presence felt early in this football game.
Bryce Cole had a great career there at Veterans Memorial. As you see some of the other starters, Hudson Woods, who we profiled from Smithson Valley. Asa Duhart in the middle from Judson is a heck of a linebacker to keep an eye on as well. Second down and 9. Glass under pressure, and he's dropped. Guess who? It's Hudson Woods. Chucky's made a living doing that for the last 3 years.
Yeah, and that was just a good old-fashioned bull rush right there, but we talked about it at the onset, unblockable. I mean, he just goes right through his man and then right through the guy that's got the ball too. And unfortunately for Team Blue, it was the quarterback.
He had 3 caused turnovers in the state title game against Frisco Lone Star, a team that had averaged 50 points a game during the playoffs. They held him to 0 for most of the night. They scored a late touchdown. Glass running for his life again. Gets some space, fires incomplete, but at least he didn't take the sack. And it'll be fourth down, and we will see the punt team for Team Blue.
Asa Duhart from Judson High School was on the back end of that doing a really good job, but props to Caden Glass. He's running for his life, squared his shoulder, tried to give a little bit of an okey-doke right there to try to set up his receiver, but just too good a coverage on the back end too, so a really impressive start here for Team White on the defensive end.
Christopher Aikman is the punter from Clemens for Team Blue, 2-time All-District performer. He's got offers from Yale. They almost got to that end-over-end kick. Takes a good Team Blue bounce. It'll be fielded right there. The ball's out. That's loose, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll stay Team White football. As Team White almost lost it there.
It was like Connor Crisp. Looks like he was trying to set up the defense there, or at least the pursuers on special teams, and decided he was going to mock that he wasn't going to field the ball. Did, and then had the ball jarred loose, but luckily for Team White, ball gets out of bounds, and now we'll see what their offense can do here to start the ball game.
So here we go with Team White for the first time today. And Team Blue with good pursuit, dropped for a loss. And that's Poteet in there on the tackle for Team Blue. Aiden Poteet from Johnson High School, 3-year letterman. As you take a look at the White offensive starters, Ty Friesenhan up front from Southwest is a good one, as is Price McClanahan. Really, really big football player there. We talked about Barber. Xavier Gonzalez fires complete back to the original line of scrimmage. But again, really good pursuit there by Braylon James Blair from East Central on the tackle.
Yeah, Riley Eason from O'Connor on the reception, and didn't have much room to navigate there, but nice hair trigger release by the quarterback, and they're able to get a couple of yards, but now they're looking at third and gonna need a chunk right here.
We'll call it 8 for Xavier Gonzalez, a unanimous all-district quarterback at Medina Valley. Threw for over 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns and ran for 25. He'll hand it off inside, and they run it on 3rd and long. They'll be short of the first down. Again, good pursuit by Blair and his Team Blue teammates, including Timothy Cummings from Brennan High School.
Brady Hopper from Piper getting the carry. Really nice job setting that run up for Team White. Looked like they were going to run left. Hopper from Piper goes left. Picked up some yards, but a few yards short of the stick. They're going to have to kick it away.
Lane Rigby from O'Connor will punt it away. He's committed to Air Force. He's got a heck of a leg. See what he does here in doubt. Turns it over. A nice high spiral backing Team Blue all the way up inside the 20, and they'll have it for the second time tonight. When we come back to the Alamodome, scoreless here with 7:32 to play in the first.
Closed captioning for today's game is sponsored by Absolute Power Electrical Contractors.
Welcome back. Second possession now for Team Blue. And they snap it, still on his feet, across the 25 down to the 27-yard line is Makai Thompson from Brennan High School, 3-time all-district player.
Both of these coaches going already to their second units here, so we got fresh faces all the way around.
Major Luna in at quarterback from Poth. Hands off again to Thompson. Thompson breaks it up the middle. Got a face mask to boot across midfield. And we might have a world record with the number of flags thrown, as everybody in the dome saw that face mask.
Well, obviously, Kai's got a gear that very few have, and at that point, when he's in the third level, you got to do whatever you can to get him on the ground.
David Eagleton, our referee tonight. We'll hear from him for the first time, as you see his crew there listed.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So they'll move that one deep now into Team White territory, and Team Blue with some really good field position here, as they'll mark it right about the 31.
Yeah, so our first explosive of the game comes via the run game, and Team Blue probably happy that Hudson Woods is not in the game on this series. Man, is he something else.
Yeah, Luna breathing a sigh of relief here. A new first down inside, and Thompson is dropped. And behind the line of scrimmage, there'll be a loss of 1. It'll be second down and 12.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Team Blue, because they got a nice push there from Elijah Brown from Sachs and company right there, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage on that one as we got a timeout on the field.
And we'll take it with them. Hudson Woods checked back in. They didn't like that, so they called timeout.
Team White.
0-0, but Team Blue on the move when we come back.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero.
Welcome back. Here's a Whataburger player profile on Mekhi Thompson, who's had a nice series here for Team Blue. His favorite, the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, which is also the favorite of the great Chris Kotfus producing our game today. Major Luna hands inside to Thompson, and he is dropped after a short gain. Coming up to make the tackle is Barbary on Team White. Christian Barbary is a Warren High School senior. Had 116 tackles, 16 tackles for loss and an interception. Great season there for the Harlan Hawks. Be third down and 11 for Luna, sends 3 to his left, including Noah Mendez, Broden Dempsey. Looks left, throws right, a little bubble. They've got some space here. To the 15, to the 10, and dropped from behind, but not before another first down is Nesby. That's Quanell Nesby from Somerset High School. 57 receptions this year. He's a 2-time All-District player in basketball and track.
I think the funny thing that surprised me about this play was not that this young man was able to get down the field as quickly as he has, but look at the defensive lineman from Clark High School, Michael Nwankwo, get down there and make a play. Remember, this is the young man that came late to football, but every time we see this guy, Don, he pops.
Yeah, he sure did on Thursday Night Lights this year. Poth, quarterback over the middle, dropped. Had his man, just couldn't quite complete it, but a nice throw there from Major Luna. Looking for R.C. Wagner, the tight end from Reagan.
Yeah, dime on time, wide open, just may have taken his eye off it for 1/2 a second, and that was enough to fall incomplete. So Team Blue kept out of the end zone, at least for now, as we go to 2nd and 10.
I like the misdirection from T.P. Miller, though, as everybody was looking left. He threw back right to get that first down and get down to the 10-yard line. So here we go, 2nd down and goal for Major Luna. He's got Thompson with him. Steady, fakes it, runs it himself. Major Luna takes a shot at the 2 But they're knocking on the door now. A nice tough run by the quarterback, the Poth Pirate.
And a great play call by T.P. Miller and his staff on this particular play. It looked like they were going to try to spread you and dead you, line everybody outside and then run it back inside. And everybody on the left side of the White defense took the bait and instead picked up a nice little play there, although he did pay the price at the end.
Luna, the all-time passing leader in Poth, threw for 5,500 yards this year. Go to Thompson. Thompson dives in. Touchdown, Blue. Makai Thompson. Blue strikes first here at the Alamodome.
Makai Thompson just kind of getting the lay of the land on that particular run. Looked like he wanted to go left, but then saw an opening over on the right side. Little counter action. And give him 6 for pay turf.
Broderick Swicky, the kicker. That's blocked, and it can be returned. It'll stay 6-0 as Team White got good pursuit right up the middle. And they'll have the football with a chance to tie or take the lead when we come back with late first quarter action here at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. We're back. It's the Gautier Formal Dresses Smile Cam, and the Dragons are here. Cheerleaders from Southwest High School cheering on their coach Alex Franco and his Team White squad. Everybody having a good time here in the Dome. They do a good job during all the breaks of getting everybody off their feet. Right now, She's a Bad Mama Jamma playing. Remember that one?
I do remember it, but if you were going to ask me who sings that one.
One-hit wonder, Carl Carlton, who recently passed away, by the way. She's a Bad Mama Jamma.
Okay, nice call.
This will be fielded at the 1. Taken across the 15 and out of bounds. That's where Team White will have it. On the return, Kai Luna from Brandeis. Smart play to get out of bounds there.
Yeah, we're already seeing some physicality in this game, and talking to some people that got a chance to watch the Navy All-American game this week, they said those practices were intense. So, not your typical all-star games, right? You think you're going to come out here, it's going to be kind of a track meet, country club atmosphere. Nope, these guys are getting after it.
New quarterback for Team White, Cade Pape from Marion High School, 2-time all-district quarterback. He's also the offensive MVP in baseball in that district, and he turns and hands off inside, and he'll be dropped right at the 20-yard line. Sterling is the new running back for Team White. That's Topper Sterling from Antonian. He transferred to the Apaches from Comfort, where he was also a 2-time all-district performer.
Really good submarine-style action there from Cameron McDuffie from Johnson High School on the tackle.
McDuffie is an elite player in town this year. Showed it all season long on that really good Johnson squad. Be second down and long here for Cade Pape. And we had a left tackle, right tackle move, right guard rather. McClanahan, you can't miss him. He only goes about 350 pounds. So when he moves, everybody notices.
Number 77 of the offense.
When he moves,
5-yard penalty.
Moves.
That's exactly
Still
right.
second down.
315-pound Price McClanahan, a big reason that Jonathan Hatton Jr. had such a great year. Played in the Army All-American or the Navy All-American Bowl here earlier today. Backs him up to the 15. It'll be second down and 14. Pape, low snap, fires on a deep fly ball. And incomplete. Good coverage on the back end by Cameron McDuffie, who was running stride for stride with the intended receiver.
Yeah. Cameron McDuffie, 6'2", 170 pounds. This guy had 40 tackles this year, 3 interceptions, 6 PBUs, and obviously inside leverage right there. And that would have been a really tough completion given how well that young man covered down the field.
Nico Marino, the intended receiver from St. Mary's Hall. As we're seeing a wide variety of schools represented here, as always. Third down and long. Pape's got 5 wide, brings 1 in motion, and now keeps it up the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain by a good margin, just about the 23-yard line, and Team White will have to punt it away. I don't hate the play call. Just didn't quite have enough to get there. Brings up 4th down and 6, and so Lane Rigby will punt it away. Again, he's the T&L record holder for a 49-yard field goal, and he'll be the punter at Air Force in the coming years. Had a great first punt. This one goes off the side of his foot. And it takes a white bounce across the 45 and out of bounds at about the 42-yard line, and that's where Team Blue will have it. We've had some great games here in the Alamodome, Chuck. Let's flash back to 2018 and see some of these young stars.
Going deep, Ryan Redding down the sideline looking for Woodard. He's got it, he's gonna score. Trayvon Mayrick, Woodard from Smithson Valley, took it away from the defender, and a great ball by Ryan Redding.
Finds the ball and makes a reservation for 6.
Hard to miss those guys running down the field.
Ryan Redding coaching today for Johnson. He's coaching the receivers all these years later. And Trayvon Merrick, the receiver of that touchdown, is playing today for the Carolina Panthers in a playoff game as we speak.
Yeah, that looked like, as we take a look at what's going on here down on the field, that's our man Chavaria from Burbank. Been looking at this guy for the last couple years. This dude is something else. These defensive linemen for Team White. You got the Smithson Valley brothers down there doing their thing, and then you add this guy to the equation. Mercy me, call for reinforcements.
Boy, did he stand out when we had Burbank on Thursday Night Lights. Second down and 16 after the loss. It's a keeper here across the 40. That's Caden Glass, who's back in at quarterback for Team Blue.
And that time they double-teamed Chavaria. Really good-looking ball player. But look around and you see quite a few of those kind of guys. We got dudes all over the place in this year ball game today.
Defense looking really good here for both squads today as we take a look at the Blue offense. In at running back is Rashawn Hurt from Johnson. He's back there with Glass here on 3rd and 12. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Glass looking right, firing that way, and that's almost intercepted. Right through the hands of number 11 for Team White. That is Pierce Kemp from Steele.
And Christian Barbary coming on a blitz. Looked like he may have been held right there and got a chance to speed everything up for the White defense on that one, thanks to his expertise at running and rushing the passer.
All right, so we'll bring up 4th down for Team Blue. And that'll bring out Christopher Aikman, Clemens punter. Booming high kick. Not going to be fielded by either of the back men, and it'll be touched down right there at the 20-yard line. Speaking of Coach T.P. Miller's staff, he's joined today by his offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Michael Burrow, Ryan Redding coaching the wide receivers. You can see the entire list of Johnson coaches who've done a great job. Another deep playoff run for the Jaguars this year. These guys do it. They love the game and they love kids, man, and they love developing these young men this week too. Pressure, now scrambling across the 25-yard line, pickup of about 5 is the game for Medina Valley's quarterback, Xavier Gonzalez.
Yeah, nice feet there, made a quick decision to go, and then 5 yards for his trouble.
And that'll do it. We hit 0-0 on the clock at the end of the first quarter. It's Team Blue 6, Team White nothing, but they've got the football when the second quarter starts here in the Alamodome. You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero.
We are ready to get the second quarter underway here in the Alamodome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero. Team Blue leading Team White 6-0. Team White back out onto the field. Second down and 5 for them as they are led on this series by Xavier Gonzalez, the all-district, unanimous all-district quarterback from Medina Valley. And he'll hand off in the backfield. Good penetration. And gang tackling from Team Blue. As there was a whole host, including Malcolm Rogers of Roosevelt, back there to make the tackle.
Well, I don't know that I've seen a loss for 2 yards on a run like that. I mean, that was one heck of an effort by Barrett Fallon from Davenport.
Davenport, a dominant program the last 2 years. Fallon has been
5-yard penalty,
a big reason for that.
First down.
It was offsides, and so there'll be an automatic first down. He's rushed for 5,621 yards and 91 touchdowns. And he's going to be a Fordham Ram, as he was the District 14 4A MVP. And like I said, in Class 4A, has there been anybody as good as Davenport over the last couple of years?
Yeah, they've been special. I mean, they were pretty much all year long the #1 team in our TNL Sub-Top 10 poll. It is just nowhere here. Not a fair fight up front right now with this defensive line for Team Blue. I mean, it doesn't matter who they're putting back there. And there's our guy right there, Action Jackson,
the professor,
rolling, making a play. Maybe you see him at halftime with the band, or maybe in the robotics club in the third quarter.
He's in the orchestra, the robotics team, the engineering club. As we said earlier, if you missed it, he's headed to MIT. I didn't know they played football at MIT.
Dude, I can't even spell MIT. I can't even imagine trying to go to school there.
Rolling out, looking deep, fires into the flat and incomplete on second down. As Gonzalez was looking for Nico Moreno from St. Mary's Hall. Went off his hands. It'd be third down and long.
Well, if you're Team Blue, I'd be looking for a screen right here with as much penetration as their first line of defense is getting so far this afternoon, and Team White just trying to get anything going on offense. Let's see what they end up calling here on 3rd and 11.
They'll send 3 wide to the right. And now we have a whistle, and I know there's a timeout or a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be a timeout taken by Team White. They want to talk it over, and we'll take it with them. It's 6-0 Blue here at the San Antonio Sports All-Star. It's another Whataburger player profile, this one on Ty Friesenhahn, the 280-pound offensive lineman. And what else would you expect from a 280-pound offensive lineman than the triple meat Whataburger being his favorite?
He's not missing many meals, that's for sure. The district offensive line MVP in his league.
Little counter handoff coming this way in some space across the 35. Short of the marker, but a nice gain there by Sterling. Topper Sterling from Antonian by way of comfort. This will be 4th and 5, and they'll send out the punt team yet again.
So judicious use of a timeout there by T.P. Miller and his staff there on 3rd and long. Get a chance to see, you know, what's Team White's best play downfield, and then they had to go to something else because it looked like they were going to have it covered up anyway.
Christopher Mendez back deep. He'll let it go, and it bounces out. Well, stopped right there at the 24-yard line. And another good effort there by Lane Rigby. We talked about T.P. Miller's staff. Alex Franco has also brought out his Southwest staff. Ronnie Molina on the offense. Gabriel Luna coordinating the defense. You see all the assistant coaches. It takes a ton to coach these guys up.
Year in and year out, Don, right? I mean, this is one of the most steady programs in the entire region. I mean, you know they're going to win a bunch of games every single year, and it comes down to really just how far they're going to go in the playoffs. But you can almost pencil them in every single year, and they're going to be one of your top 10 teams to start a year.
That's always a truth here for Caden Glass and Team Blue. Right about the 24-yard line. High snap, did a great job to control it, hands off inside, and a good, tough physical run on 1st down for about 3 or 4.
Sean Garza from Lavernia High School.
His first touch.
Yeah, 6 feet tall and not afraid to get his nose a little dirty right there. Just stick it right in there and see if you can plow the road. Well done, dude.
Lavernia with another great season.
Yeah, they were number 2 on our poll most of the year as well. A long playoff run to boot.
2nd down and 6. Glass has pressure from the outside. Ball's out. On the ground and recovered by Team White. Chavarria on the recovery from Burbank. Who knocked it out? Was it Hudson Woods? Of course it was. He had 3 of those in the state championship game. He causes, and Chavarria recovers. What a bookends you got to deal with that Team White defensive front. Oh my goodness.
It's really, really unreal. Every game we watch, this guy does something and you're just going, it's just faster, stronger. And the big thing, Don, as you see, I mean, he comes with bad intentions, man. If he gets a free shot on you, I'm gonna start pressing some beads.
Sterling again. The Antonian running back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain. Dropping for a loss.
Not to be outdone, Team Blue's D-line has also done a really fascinating job here to start this ball game, right? Because it doesn't matter who they put in either.
Cameron Hooser right there from Clemens making a big play. They run Cade Pape in at quarterback now. Young man from Marion. He'll send 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 11. Hands off inside and a nice diving run. Barrett Fallon from Davenport on the carry. You see why he was so dynamic during his career for the Wolves.
Tip the cap to the offensive lineman on that one. That was a cavernous hole in which to get it upfield right there. Guys pulling, and nice game there for Team White.
3rd down, we'll call it 4. For Pape 3 receivers to the left, and Barrett Fallon in the backfield. Snap was early. They'll throw a flag, and I believe that's going to be false start on the center. Or as sometimes they say, everybody but the center.
Yeah, that was a fortunate penalty as it turns out, right? I mean, maybe they don't botch the snap there if everybody's on time, but regardless, at least Team White is not looking at a turnover situation here.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
The left tackle 70 who moved first. And so it'll be 3rd down and 9 after the 5-yard mark off. John Como from Piper is a little early. So Pape runs in the new play. Fallon's still the running back. Strong formation to the left-hand side. They show blitz. Pape escapes it. Now tries to run, and he's hit right back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see if we're going to get a field goal attempt by some of these good kickers.
We got guys that are absolutely pinning their ears back and getting upfield. Blake Burkholder from Bernie, one of the guys back there.
Ashton Mercer is in to try this one. We saw him kick a 53-yarder earlier this year for Davenport. And that one is low. It may have been blocked as well. And was.
Cole Higby from Reagan High School says he got it.
I think it was Higby.
So look, he's pushing his own guys.
Keep him off the board. See where it comes from here on the replay.
Oh yeah, he got through the double team, got that left mitt up and stuffed it.
So it remains 6-0 Team Blue in the lead after Team White can't cash in on the turnover. New quarterback in for Team Blue. So they hand off to Giavi Graham, and he goes nowhere. Contained on the outside. As Major Luna back in at quarterback from Poth. Nice play by Taylor, Yeshaya Taylor from Veterans Memorial.
Sure was. I think some of these DBs are getting a little agitated that there's not much to clean up with the way the defensive line is played here for Team White so far. He got in there in a hurry.
And they're moving Hudson Woods all around. He's on the left side now at defensive end in this 3-4 formation. And he's free again. That wall got off, and it's picked off. And now fumbled. But will go down as an interception for Team White. LeBron Delane from Sam Houston.
What a great job of timing that ball for Delane. Of course, you got to throw the ball quick when Hudson Woods is barreling down on your neck. Yeah, what a great job. He was stride for stride with receivers, high points the ball.
Excellent athletic play by
well done.
LeBron Delane.
Got knocked out by his own dude.
Get out of my way, brother. All right, so Team White has it again. Trailing 6-0, and they run in Xavier Gonzalez again, the quarterback from Medina Valley. He'll hand it off to Barrett Fallon, who tries to bounce it outside and does. Gets near the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5. Nice pickup for a first down. I mean, for a first down play to make it 2nd down and 5. Fallon's a heck of a football player. Just his numbers, as I said, over his career, 5,600 yards and 91 touchdowns.
Yeah, just a football playing dude right there.
Look at this formation. Heavy jumbo, triple I, goes forward for about 4. Nick Barber was lined up in the backfield as a running back.
Well, they haven't had a lot of success going through the air to begin this ball game, and talked about the pressure coming from both of these defensive lines. I'm not going to be a bit surprised if they got 3 running backs doing that kind of stuff and then just run variations off of that, as you see right here.
Doing it again, 3rd and 1. Look at Barber right up behind the tush push here. And they're going to, I don't know. Well, one official saying, yeah, push it forward, and they'll move the sticks.
The refs too. This is an all-star game, being a little judicious with the maybe a little bit of a false start there they got away with, but yeah, let's just see if they go with this, because they're having some success moving the football right here, and it's just good old-fashioned bully ball, right? It's going to be who gets the ball, and as a defense, you got to read your keys.
So it's an HEB first down for Team White on the move. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the half. They'd love to get on the board, tie or take the lead here before halftime. They run a jet sweep around the edge, and another nice gain of about 5 yards for Team White.
We got Connor Crisp in there, and going to run some offense and defense from this young man today to talk about how well he runs the ball. But speaking of running the ball, Don, so it looks like that's going to be a show-me kind of offense for Alex Franco and his staff, maybe to just give them a different look and then see if that doesn't help loosen up some of the other things they've got going on. But it was a really nice play to counter what they had just done on the previous few downs.
Little Medina Valley to Medina Valley. Back to pass now, looking over the middle, and dropped is Gonzalez. It's good pursuit in there for Team Blue. Number 52, Javion Rector from Wagner High School making a play.
And he's a big dude as well, 6'2", 205 pounds, and you don't have much time and you're dropping back. You got to make a decision quickly, and nobody open on the back end. It's going to be tough to get out of jail right there.
Defensive fronts for both teams, very impressive, making this a defensive battle here in the Alamodome. 3rd down and 10 for Team White. It's still Xavier Gonzalez at quarterback, and now we have a penalty flag. Broke the huddle with too many guys.
Illegal substitution. More than 12 men on the field. Team White. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Well, there was more than 11. I don't know if there was more than 12.
Yeah, I wasn't, you know me and numbers, I wasn't going to get there and count, but yeah, I mean, with as much substitutions as these teams have done, I'm surprised we don't see that more often. I mean, it just goes to show you how well these teams got instructions for the most part during the course of the week.
So that'll back them up to 3rd and 15 now. And they'll send trips left. It was pretty much a quarterback draw called. Still on his feet. Gonzalez gets down to the 46-yard line. Excuse me, 36. But it'll be 4th down.
Michael Canizales from BRAC doing an outstanding job of staying in this play and coming up on the back end to avoid the first down by the other team.
It's the 2-minute timeout here at the end of the first half. We'll see what Team White decides to do on 4th down when we come back.
That's it. Get a T-shirt. Look at these boys. All-Star game. Look at this man right here. Look at this.
It's your South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care Smile Cam here at the Alamodome. Everybody having a good time. The T-shirt cannon going off during this break.
Yeah, and a really good crowd here this afternoon, too. That was a good crowd for the early game as well. So hats off for San Antonio Sports for pulling off another great day of football here in the Dome.
4th down and 5, and Team White is going for it. And it's a quarterback run all the way. He's got it and a lot more. Gonzalez still on his feet inside the 20. And Team White is on the move here at the end of the first half. And he's fired up, is Xavier Gonzalez.
Got a little scratch on his elbow, too. But Xavier, you know, I don't know that we talked enough about Medina Valley in the year that they had this year. I mean, those guys were one of the last teams standing from around the area here in 6A, and you know, obviously that guy's leading the way for that squad.
Well, they've got time now, plenty of time, inside 2 minutes. And a new set of downs. It's an HEB first down for Gonzalez, who hands to Fallon. He's tripped up. Inside the 20, down at about the 17. Seem to be in no hurry here. They have 1 timeout left. So they may want to hurry up a little bit.
You know, they're finding some success running the ball here up the gut, right? Even when they did the QB draw, it's coming right up the middle. So maybe taking advantage of some overzealous guys that are trying to get to the backfield.
A lot of time going off, and T.P. Miller takes.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Team Blue. First timeout of the first half.
So T.P. Miller takes his first timeout. Blue's got 2, White's got 1 when we come back.
Today's broadcast of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by Valero and sponsored by Whataburger, HEB, Thomas J. Henry, Frost, the PM Group, and Sierra Auto Group, Coca-Cola, Los Palapas, TSA OG Orthopedics and Spine, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Little Caesars, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, and Brazilian Top Team.
Hello.
Jet sweep, sacked in the backfield for a loss.
Cameron Hoosier.
Cameron Hoosier with the big defensive play, and the clock continues to tick. Tick-tock, 25 seconds to go. Got to go here on 3rd down. Got 1 timeout left and lots of time going off the clock here. Gonna have maybe 2 plays here. As Gonzalez rolls out, fires. He stayed in bounds. Take the timeout.
We've got 2 now.
Timeout. Yep. Have 1 play with 2 seconds to go.
They're trying to get some speed on the field. Obviously, we talked about Chris playing on both sides of the ball, but yeah, that could have saved themselves a timeout right there going out of bounds. However, they were looking at 4th down too, so I know the kid's trying to get it upfield and make a play and get some fresh set for his guys, but
yeah, I don't know if it would have mattered because even if he gets out of bounds, there's 2 seconds left.
Yep.
You're going to have one play no matter what. Do you kick it and take the points? And you might just want to, in a 6-0 game here, take points whenever you can. Looks like that's what they're leaning as the left-footed kickers out there. Two great kickers in this game. Ashton Mercer from Davenport had his last one blocked. And Trent Amaya has been absolute gold for Smithson Valley all through his playoff career. He's out there. If they attempted here, it would be snapped at the 15, spotted at the 22, a 32-yarder. And Barrett Fallon will hold for him. But that's what's interesting in all-star games is you don't have that normal battery of snapper, holder, kicker. He gets a free try there.
That one wasn't getting blocked.
Free warm-up.
Timeout prior to the snap. Team Blue. This is their second timeout of the first half.
Yeah, but all that did was give him a look. But then again, you know, special teams, in a game like an all-star game where you don't get a chance to coach them for very long, special teams comes into play a lot in these games.
Yeah, you would think, right, that's going to be the thing that gets the least amount of attention when you're trying to put an offense in, get a defense in. And I find it ironic, though, that Ty Friesenhahn and his love for Whataburger is also getting love on the in-house here as they try to freeze the kicker.
Yeah, everybody knows that Ty likes to eat.
Indeed.
So Team Blue will try to get that push up front again. And it'll be Trent Amaya, the Smithson Valley Ranger, from 32, right down Main Street. It's good, and Team White is on the board as time expires. Here at the end of the first half, it's Blue 6, White 3. We're back with the halftime extravaganza when we come back.
Today's broadcast of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by Valero and sponsored by Whataburger, HEB, Thomas J. Henry, Frost, the PM Group, and Sierra Auto Group, Coca-Cola, Los Palapas, TSA OG Orthopedics and Spine, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Little Caesars, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, and Brazilian Top Team. Welcome to the Valero Halftime Show.
Welcome back inside the Alamodome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero. Team Blue leads Team White 6-3 here at the half. So we're having a fun time inside the dome at halftime. And right now it's time to go beyond the game. San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. More than 100 Judson High School student athletes came together for a Converse Community Revitalization Project. They worked side by side to repaint fire hydrants, railings, swing sets, and even the City Hall railing. Their efforts not only brightened the city, but also provided a cost savings, allowing those funds to be reinvested into other community projects. The Southwest High School girls basketball team took the game they love beyond the court, teaming up with Brooke Matula and the South Texas Regional Adaptive and Para Sports at Morgan's Wonderland. Together they shared laughs, built friendships, and gained a whole new perspective on teamwork, helping Team Straps prepare for their upcoming tournament. The Lady Dragons gave back and got to see and experience basketball through a different lens. Stockdale Junior High student athletes took time to write heartfelt letters for Letters of Love, sharing hope and encouragement with kids battling cancer. Because sometimes the smallest acts of kindness make the biggest difference. Kerrville Tivy, San Antonio Christian, and Hondo came together in a powerful show of support for the Kerrville community after the devastating floods. These athletes gave their time, energy, and heart, helping with cleanup and recovery efforts, and passing out meals to first responders, all to bring relief and hope to families in need. Their actions are a true testament to the power of teamwork, compassion, and the belief that together we can rise above even the toughest challenges. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their athletes to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams and individuals that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Valero Halftime Show.
Welcome back inside the Alamodome. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero, the 48th edition. One of the great traditions in San Antonio as these young seniors look to play one final game of high school football, maybe get a look from a small college. Some of them already know where they're going, and a lot of those on defense, and we saw that early. Team White and Team Blue in a slugfest here in the first half. Team White came out and really laid the wood. Hudson Woods from Smithson Valley making a couple of big plays, caused a couple of turnovers, but Makai Thompson from Brennan with some tough running, and he would punch it in to give Team Blue a 6-0 lead. They missed the extra point, and then the Team White defense continued to terrorize Woods with a tackle and interception here, and they were back on it. And then before the half, White put together a bit of a drive, and Trent Amaya from Smithson Valley kicked a 32-yarder to put the White team on the board, and that's where we stand at 6-3. Second half action and much more here on the Halftime Show, coming right after this.
You're watching the Valero Halftime Show.
6-3 our score at the half of the San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game. Blue 6, White 3. And one of the more fascinating things about this game over the years is that, believe it or not, some of the guys that are and have participated in this football game are still playing football, some of which even on the professional level, including Jack Gibbons, who made a huge play in the All-Star game back in 2017. Of course, Jack now starring as a starting linebacker for a Patriots team that's the number 2 seed in the AFC.
And then last but not least,
and I had a lot of fun in that game. It was cool playing against some of these guys throughout my high school career, and then getting to be on the same team as them, get to know them, playing the Alamodome. It's a great venue. It was a lot of fun. And then obviously had a pick six in that game. That was my only touchdown in high school. So that was pretty cool. I feel like the Smithson Valley program for a long time has been all about like preparing guys to be great men and great football players as well. But the character building and investing in hard work, being a great teammate, doing things the right way, doing all the little things, playing with great effort. That's stuff that was instilled in me from a young age in that program, and definitely still carries forward to what I'm doing now.
And we'll have more with Jack and his high school experience at Smithson Valley as this team gets ready for the first round of the playoffs tomorrow night on Maximum Sports. But what a great story. Jack Gibbons coming back from a massive injury to his lower leg to star and now start for the New England Patriots. Year 4 has been a special one for the New England Patriots and Jack Gibbons, and we're having a special afternoon so far here in the Alamodome for the 48th annual San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game. We got over 60 schools represented from the area, 119 guys playing ball. Defense has really stood out so far. When we come back, we'll have more from the 48th annual right after this.
Thanks for watching the Valero Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff. Today's broadcast of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by Valero and sponsored by Whataburger, H-E-B, Thomas J. Henry, Frost, the PM Group, and Sierra Auto Group, Coca-Cola, Los Palapas, TSA OG Orthopedics and Spine, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Little Caesars, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, and Brazilian Top Team.
Welcome back. It's halftime here inside the Alamodome. Team Blue leads Team White 6-3 at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero. As we said earlier, it is the 48th year of this game. It's been taken over about the last 10 by San Antonio Sports. Russ Brookbinder bought it back to the Alamodome to make it the extravaganza that it is. Jenny Carnes has taken over San Antonio Sports and turned it even bigger and better. And Jenny, I can't help but notice, I'm here every year, and I noticed this year the ancillary events around the things inside the dome. Having the elementary school kids here, having the games during timeouts, you guys have really turned it up a notch.
Well, we like to make it a fun experience for the spectators, the families, and the friends in the stands, and, you know, make it feel like it's a big deal, because it is for these players.
Yeah, and also the messaging, right? Everybody knows San Antonio Sports helps bring the Final Fours here, the San Antonio Marathon, which, by the way, congratulations on your first San Antonio Marathon. That was a huge success. But a lot of people don't know that San Antonio Sports is behind so many community projects, so many programs that help the underserved who, you know, youth sports. We all played youth sports. We know that we can do for a kid. But a lot of these kids can't afford it if not for programs like you guys have.
Well, I wouldn't be standing here today in this position if not for what sports did for me. And our mission at San Antonio Sports is to transform this community through the power of sport. And we bring an I Play After School program to over 55 Title I elementary schools, 3rd through 5th grade, giving them a chance to learn and play sports and the benefits that come from that. We do a free health and wellness program called Activate for the entire county. We want to make sure this is a healthier community each and every day. But one of my favorite things is right here behind us, getting a chance to showcase, you know, some of the top seniors in the area, not only in just this game for football, but now that we're doing it in basketball too. We want to celebrate these athletes and give them a chance to go on and play at the next level.
What's so fun to watch this game evolve over the years, one of my favorite parts about that is now the kids that are playing in this game have watched it year after year after year after year, and they say to us, to our Zach Hedrick when he's doing the interviews for these games, yeah, I grew up as a little kid. I came to the game in the 1st grade, and I always said I wanted to play in this game. And it's become such a great tradition in San Antonio.
Well, and you've got dads here in the stands watching their sons that played in this game years ago.
Wow.
And so seeing that legacy build from, you know, having this game for over 45 plus years. But the other thing, Don, since you asked me about our I Play After School program, we've got kids that have gone through I Play that are now playing in our All-Star games. And that's really cool to me.
That's really cool. When a kid's in the 4th and 5th grade gets to play sports for the first time and then ends up making it to be a great athlete to play in this game. What a terrific thing. And, you know, Coach Mark Soto from Judson coached in this game a few years ago. He said he wouldn't be where he was if not for this game. He was playing in this game for Judson back in the 80s. And George Pasterchik grabbed him by one arm, and a coach from a small college, I forget it was Oklahoma or Kansas, like southeastern Oklahoma State or wherever he went, and said, this kid has shown you during practice, blah, blah, blah. Connected him. Long story short, he goes to play college football. Would not have been able to go to college otherwise, and decides to be a coach because of it, and now has impacted so many lives as the head coach at Judson High School and Johnson and San Marcos before that and others. And
from one game. I mean, on average,
from one game,
we have 30 to 40 guys out of this game that will get an offer coming out that maybe had not already been committed.
Yeah.
So that is just fantastic.
And I love the fact that the kids that are going to big schools, that like Hudson Woods that's committed to SMU, they still want to play in this game for what it means. We've had some kids opt out because they were worried about injuries, but for the most part, a lot of these kids, it's a point of pride because they know the tradition of the game and what it means.
Absolutely.
Well, we're having a lot here today. Despite the low score, it's been a defensive battle, as you see another great defensive play there by Higbee from Reagan. Cole Higbee, one of the dominant defensive players in town. What has the week been like with the practices? And one of the favorite parts about this week is the camaraderie that's built. That kids, they kind of know the names of their other guys they've been going against, but they haven't socialized with them. But they really meet a lot of new friends this week.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts. I mean, first of all, we've had good weather this week for these guys in practice, and they get a chance to get to know each other's teammates for the first time in their career instead of going up against one another. And so, yeah, they walk away with a lifetime experience and hopefully some relationships that stick with them.
And they exchange a lot of helmet stickers that make it very difficult on the play-by-play guy calling the game to figure out who they are.
I bet. I'm glad that's not my job.
Going to be set up 4th down here is another good defensive play by Team Blue. Ford's been all over the place today. The young man from Harlan showing a lot of great speed on the defensive end. It's going to force a punt. So what's next on it's a new year. We flip the calendar. You guys are coming off the adrenaline high of the first ever San Antonio Marathon. First of all, tell people how that evolved. We knew we had the Rock and Roll Marathon. You guys kind of stepped out there on faith to take it over and turned it into a huge success in year 1.
We had been a part of the Rock and Roll running series for 16 years along with the city of San Antonio and came to the end of that contract, and the city gave us the green light to create our own marathon. We wanted it to be all about San Antonio, owned and operated by San Antonio Sports. It was an incredible year preparing for it. The community showed up. We had almost 19,000 runners in the first year. So year 2 will be bigger and better. So that's what we're getting ready for. Coming off also a Final Four year.
Yep.
As you know, our 5th NCAA men's Final Four was just here in this building in April. And then it's another NCAA championship year for us. We've got Division I women's volleyball that will be here in December.
Where will they play that?
Right here on the north end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they'll go back to that.
The old Spurs configuration. And we're going for an attendance record. We hope to have 30,000 in the Dome watching women's volleyball.
That's cool. And volleyball I used to watch what's happened at Texas and Nebraska and places like that where, I couldn't believe women's Nebraska's team sold out their football stadium for like their quote-unquote Midnight Madness type deal.
It's growing at such an electric pace. It's so much fun to watch. If you've never seen college volleyball in person, it's incredible. They've sold out 4 years in a row. So, it's just the popularity is off the charts right now for volleyball.
And for those of you who don't know, Jenny, before she took over as president of San Antonio Sports, was the driving force behind San Antonio acquiring these Final Fours for the local organizing committee, both men's and women's Final Fours. I'm afraid that the last one might be the last one for a few years until we get through all of this dome construction.
Project Marvel concepts. Yeah. The next open cycle for the men's Final Four is 2032 through 2036.
Okay.
So we'll probably start looking at that bid next year sometime. So it could be a while till we get to do it again, but we've got other NCAA events coming up. In addition to volleyball, we've got a men's basketball regional that will return here in 27, and we've got the women's basketball Final Four that will be back here in the Dome in 2029.
That's great. Love to have the Final Four here. In fact, I was over in Houston earlier this month talking to Kelvin Sampson, who brought his team to within just so close of a championship. One of San Antonio's own, Kingston Flemings from Brennan High School, is that guy. He's going to be a one-and-done top 10 NBA draft pick. Had 10 points and 7 assists again today for the Cougars against Baylor. But anyway, I was talking to Kelvin about San Antonio. He says, man, I, as a coach, voted many, many years ago, I think it was 98, saying we should have it in San Antonio every
year.
Time.
Yeah.
Every single year. Just take it to San Antonio. The coaches love it. The families can go. You can walk to everything. Downtown is great. Alamodome is great. And, of course, it's not what the NCAA wants.
Well, if the coaches got the vote, yeah, I'd be really busy every year.
An electric play there as the Team Blue has now crossed the 45. Ivy Graham on the carry. Ivy Graham, great story. Young man is deaf, and he is going to has signed with TCU to play at the next level. Done a few stories on Ivy over his career and how he's overcome his disability to be able to communicate with his teammates and then be one of not just a good football player, but a great one. Here he is again, popping it up the middle, and he's gone! Ivy Graham on cue to the house. Touchdown Blue. His ears must have been burning.
Did you predict that? That was well timed, Don.
I'm not taking credit for that. Wow, Ivory Graham, fantastic. Touchdown for Team Blue, and you can see why TCU wants him. Team Blue going up 12-3. They'll add the extra point to go up 10 points, and you can see the explosiveness from Ivory. Well, Jenny, thanks for stopping by. We love having you here, and thank you for all you do at San Antonio Sports to continue to make San Antonio a better place for everybody that loves sports, not just games like this, but for the community stuff that you guys do and for all the young kids that you're helping to influence.
Thank you. We strive for it every day.
Jenny Carnes, CEO of San Antonio Sports. Chuck will join me when we come back. It'll be Team White football, 14-22 to go here in the third quarter.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Welcome back. It's 13-3 Team Blue, thanks to Ivory Graham. Busted one right up the middle to put Team Blue up by 10 with the extra point.
Yeah, you had some really big plays on that drive, too, to keep the drive alive. Trotter with an unbelievable catch, and then, man, Ivory doing his thing. We talked about watching that guy's feet. It's something else, how quickly he's able to turn it and go. And didn't need much of a crease that time. And got a touchdown in this ball game here, Don Harris.
Here's our Whataburger player profile on Cameron McDuffie. His favorite, the sweet and spicy bacon burger. I've never had that. You ever had that?
No. Sounds good, though.
Chris Kotfus, we need a thumbs up, thumbs down in the truck on the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Cameron McDuffie's had a nice game, too.
So thumbs up from the truck.
We're going to have to, at some point, pick an MVP in this ball game, and the way it's gone, there's been so many outstanding defensive plays so far. But just when you thought there might not be any offense at all today, Ivory Graham says, hold that thought.
Pape in at quarterback now, rolls to his right, looking to fire deep. Instead, he hits the cutoff underneath. Checks it down. Team Blue celebrating a hit. Valier coming through, Edward Valier from Holmes with a good tackle there, held it up for his teammates and then drives him out of bounds, and that's what got his teammates fired up.
Yeah, despite the lack of offense in this game, it's been a pretty fun one to call, right? I mean, the cool thing is that You just see how talented some of these defensive guys are on both teams in terms of players that make a living in the box.
Chuck, I think I've noticed from the time we started doing this game 10 years ago, the size and speed in San Antonio and the kids selected for this game, it just seems bigger, stronger, faster. I don't have the scientific data, but we're seeing, I mean, evolution makes sense, right? But everybody seems to be 6'4", 265 in this thing.
Yeah, so that's kind of like you err on the side of caution, right? Because, I mean, early on when we were doing this, we'd heard a lot of feedback from the coaches. It's like, hey, we're going to have an all-star game, and you're talking about the best of the best. If you don't know, or you're having an issue with, you know, trying to figure out the selection process, err on the side of size, right? Because, I mean, the last thing you want to do is come into a game where you've got, you know, a bunch of guys that aren't as big as the other kids that they're playing against.
Makes sense. 3rd and 10. Pape looking left all the way. Wants to fire that way. Does into the soft spot of the zone. That ball's incomplete because of the contact made. And that's 50. Tristan Lafano from Divine. And that was a Divine hit.
Sure was. See what you hit, square them up, and let them know you came to play ball today.
He hit Noah Chambers from Cole High School right on the numbers as the ball arrived and dislodged the ball from Chambers. So that'll bring back Lane Rigby out to punt it away on 4th down. That ball was almost blocked. Nice high kick. Going to be fielded and fair caught at the 42-yard line. That's where Team Blue has it with their 10-point lead when we come back. It's our Christus Children's Smile Cam. And the folks here in the Alamodome having a good day. It's been a great day for football inside as the Navy All-American Bowl came down to the wire. And now lots of locals here seeing the best that South Texas has to offer. Play one more. Caden Glass back in at quarterback from Brennan High School for Team Blue. As they lead it 13-3 here, late 3rd quarter action. Glass keeps it himself, and you see why he was such an electric player for all those years at Harlan. Running physical at the end, too, to pick up 9. 2nd down and 1.
And it was a good read, if nothing else, by Caden Glass, because if he hadn't pulled that thing, I don't know what would have happened to the ball carrier, because Mr. Woods was once again playing as if there's nobody in front of him.
Woods line up on the right side this time. Makai Thompson in the backfield with Glass. Thompson has it. Woods almost got to him and did. Oh my goodness. That wasn't Woods, that was 78 who made the play from inside. Wes Harley Harris from Randall.
It's another big dude, 6'2", and reached out and grabbed someone. And luckily grabbed enough of the uniform to get him on the ground and keep him second in some distance. Make it 1st and 10, Don Harris.
He is 6'2", 270 pounds. Unanimous all-district on both sides of the ball, offense and defensive line. Ball goes to Thompson to the outside. He cuts it upside. He's still on his feet across the 40, and a nice run by Makai Thompson. He says, yeah, move the sticks.
Sure was, and some interesting stuff going on in terms of window dressing for Team Blue on that one. Brought in an H-back. Looked like they might try to do something with a big bruising dude on the left side, and Makai's had a really nice game too, has the game's only other touchdown.
2:32 to go here, third quarter action. Caden Glass, Makai Thompson. Teammates at Brennan. So they know how to work together, and Thompson pops another big one. Inside the 30, down to the 25. Finally brought down by Gutierrez. Brian Gutierrez from Madison. Calling his name for the first time, Madison Maverick.
Gutierrez not afraid to get his nose dirty either on there, but you get a chance to see some of these guys that are really skilled at running back, how well they slide and glide and can really pick up yards while they're probing for space.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Offensive lineman offset in the backfield. Kind of fake it and throw it inside to Thompson. And it inside. Unique formation there as they put the big guy in the backfield with him.
Yeah, Justin Roberts, said enough about him. That guy does a lot of dirty work on that Smithson Valley line, and he's a dude himself. I mean, this guy, what a fantastic ball player. What a great career, too. And UTEP's got themselves a really good one right there at 99.
Defense wins championships, and it sure did for Smithson Valley the last 2 years. Here's Thompson again, ridden down by Pierce Camp, the steel linebacker. That was Andrew Lopez on the tackle from Kennedy, as we are inside the absolute power red zone now for Team Blue. No hurry for them.
No, this has been probably the best time-consuming drive we've had of the ball game so far, as Team Blue likes to really assert itself right here.
In trouble and dropped. Roberts back there, along with Marcel Smith from Judson. And that's the end of the third quarter. Team Blue leads at 13-3. They're also on the move, but they've got a fourth down ahead of them as we switch ends and head to the fourth quarter. You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game on the CWSA.
You're watching the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero.
Fourth quarter underway here in the Alamodome, and we'll start with a pretty decently long field goal attempt from Team Blue. We'll spot it at the 32. That'll make it a 42-yarder. This is Christopher Aikman from Clemens. Right down the middle. It's going to tail on him, and it's going to be no good. As the 42-yarder is not going to get there. Had the distance, but tailed off on him. And that'll make it a 10-point margin still, and Team White will take over the football.
Aaron out of Joby, out of Sotomayor, came really close to getting back there to block it. Turns out he didn't need to, but when you're getting that kind of heat from the special teams of the opposition, that might make you put a little pep in your step when you're trying to kick it.
Yeah, we had one blocked earlier off the edge from Team Blue. Tavion Ford of Harlan blocked one, I believe. All right, so Team White takes over. And Gonzalez takes over at quarterback, hands off inside the 9.
It's Israel Soto from Karn City.
Trying to keep track of all these players in and out.
They're mixing it up, and White trying to get something going here. Obviously, it's been tough sledding, moving the football here tonight. Excited to see if they can go a little deeper into the roster.
Power formation here. Kind of try to run a little option. Quarterback keep. Doesn't go anywhere.
Cole Higbee and company.
That looked a little Barry Switzer like Oklahoma wishbone triple option. It didn't really. It's hard to execute that when you don't practice it.
Yeah, I was fascinated watching Team White before the ball game, doing all kinds of different looking stuff in the run game, and they've only used it a couple times, and both times they've used it, they were able to pick up decent yards. Although, I don't know how much you really feel comfortable with running the football as we take a look at another signal caller in the ball game.
Corey Daly, the young man.
Oh, he is going to play. How about that?
Taking a snap, played very well in the Navy All-American game earlier. Running for his life here, and he's in deep trouble, and he's sacked. Back to the 15. I'm telling you, Cole Higbee popping off the screen today. As is Cameron Hoosier from Clemens, who's had a big day today here. If he's not signed somewhere, he should be.
Yeah. Poor Daly, you know, guy did a really nice job engineering the last drive of the ball game with the West down 3. They weren't able to finish the drive, but I was watching him warm up on the sideline. Man, he's got a howitzer for an arm. It is unreal.
Nice high kick, going to be fielded and fair caught at the 45-yard line by Azir Cumby. And that's where Team Blue will have it. 9:43 to go when we come back. Welcome back. It's Ansira.com Smile Cam, and it's Do Your Best 6-7 here in the Alamodome. And the fifth graders are loving this. No one else really knows what's going on. But the youngsters are enjoying it. They throw this out in the flat. Looked like it was going to be a double pass.
Sure did.
Not going anywhere as that Team White defense came up there and snuffed it out.
Yeah, Canizares from Brack, 88. Get down, it looked like he did. He was squaring his shoulders looking for something downfield. I didn't see if there was anything available, but he decided that discretion was the better part of valor and decided not to just launch it downfield here, but it is going to be 2nd and long after the loss.
2nd and 13. Handoff up the middle, and a nice gain there by Sean Garza from Lavernia. So we're getting deep in the depth chart. 119 players out here. Coach is doing a good job of letting everybody get some time. Major Luna in at quarterback on this series. He's the young man from Poth. He was 22-3 as a starter. Threw for 5,500 yards and 67 touchdowns over his career. He's got offers to play places like Hardin-Simmons and Schreiner and Texas Lutheran. This one up the middle, nice 5-yard dive ahead.
You like these guys finishing off runs like Sean Garza did right there from Lavernia. I mean, it's get it and go. Blue obviously is trying to salt this thing away up 10 as we wind inside of 8 minutes in this ball game. But can't say enough, Don, about the job that both of these defenses have done here today, especially the D lines.
Garza will play at the next level. He's got offers from West Texas A&M, Mary Hardin-Baylor, Hardin-Simmons. Little bubble screen here. Good blocking. Space in front and tripped up right at the 25. Blaze Moberg from San Antonio Christian was on his way to score, if not by tripped up at the very last second right around the shoelaces.
Ramsey Chavaria coming back into play. Oh, it was Hudson Woods. I beg your pardon.
Jeez.
The other guy with a 2 on the other side of his jersey. Of course it was Hudson Woods.
Blaze Moberg from San Antonio Christian, 6'3", 175. He was academic all-state for the Lions. Good for him to get a touch. Pape gonna scramble. Now fires. Caught. And out of bounds, Eli Nicholas from Bernie, the Greyhound.
Pape's got nice pace to his game, doesn't he? I mean, he doesn't panic and have a lot of pressure back there. He squares his shoulder, avoids Mr. Woods. And he's able to get the ball downfield and make a nice play right there. And you gotta believe if these guys get a touchdown here, it's gonna be really tough to overcome for Team White.
You can tell he's had a lot of snaps. He's just poised back there. Game slow for him. First down. Then get another one at about the 2. Pape, plenty of time, goes back of the end zone. Got a man caught. And it came out incomplete. Don't think he was going to get a foot down anyway, but a great effort there by Antonio De Hoyos from Poth.
Yeah,
and he climbed the ladder.
Was that Kai Luna on the back end delivering the blow? And that's what you gotta like. You're the DB, man. Go right through the play. Make sure you finish it off, and it sure was Kai Luna.
From Brandeis. Kentucky Christian and McPherson after him.
How good is that offense going to be next year?
Second down and 10 here. They hand it inside and getting up to about the 10, maybe a gain of 2. As Sean Garza will be 3rd down.
Yeah, Brandeis has their star quarterback coming back. They had a young man playing in the Navy All-American game earlier that actually moved to San Antonio. He played in this thing as an underclassman, a wide receiver. He's going to be at Brandeis next year. A lot to be excited about for the Broncos in the new season.
3rd down and 9. Pape pressured again, gonna run it, gonna got the 5, gets to the outside, and closing speed by that secondary of Team White. I thought he was gonna score, and oh boy, that door shut quickly.
It did. Hats off for nobody on the back end of the White defense buying the fake. Like they knew he was past the line of scrimmage. And
trying to see who that was closing quickly. 23, LeBron Delane, who had the interception earlier tonight. Came up from his corner position, closed quickly to make the tackle. And that's a timeout taken here, and we'll take it with them. Team Blue will burn the timeout. They lead it 13-3 as we get close to 5 minutes to play. Welcome back to the Alamodome. You see the Southwest Dragon there logo on the football. That's because Team White's football is Coach Alex Franco. TP Miller's Johnson Jaguars coaching staff helping him. And Team Blue looking to salt this away. Major Luna scrambling to his left, going to tuck it and run. Going to get to the one, dive, and touchdown. What an effort by Major Luna.
Major Luganis at the end. Wow. Taking some heat on his throwing shoulder, decides to tuck it and go on the left side, lunges and easily clears the pylon for the 6.
What a great effort by Major Luna.
Wow, look how quickly he reversed directions there, too. Mercy.
One man out of Poth, the Pirate. Put it away for Team Blue as they look to take a 20-3 lead with just 5 minutes to go. Extra point is up, and it is good. And Team Blue in control now with 5 minutes to go, thanks to the young man from Poth, Texas.
Oh, another look, just stuck those 2 feet in the ground and then speed to burn. Blue up by 17 with 5:08 left.
Welcome back. It's 20-3. Smile, say cheese, Major Luna. So great to see so many communities represented here at this game every year. We had an MVP a few years ago from Pleasanton.
Sure did.
And who knows who will be the MVP today, but there's been a lot of candidates. Defensive side of the ball and offensive side of the ball.
Well, they come from everywhere, and they come in all shapes and sizes, right? That's the one beautiful thing that we've noticed about the San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game over the years. Really good display of talent here today as well, again.
Ooh, targeting there late. Hope that young man's okay. DK Garza is our Whataburger player profile. This might be the best football player in all of San Antonio. And he didn't play in this game because he's got a MCL sprain on his knee, but he likes an avocado bacon burger. DK Garza can eat whatever he wants. Or as Chuck likes to say during TNL, it's all you can eat. Well, it is for that young man. I don't even know how to say, like, Johnny Manziel numbers this last year for Alamo Heights. He had 6 touchdown games. I don't know what his total touchdowns were, probably in the 60s or 70s. He was just a man among boys.
It bears repeating, Don, and I'm not the only one that thinks this way. This young man might be the most under-recruited player this city, this area has ever seen. It is absolutely stunning to me that there are more schools not lining up to get this guy's services. I mean, he checks every single box.
Going to Cornell in the Ivy League. But the good thing about these days in college football, you play there 1 year, 2 years, and they'll see you. And they'll offer you $1 million to play somewhere else. And then the next year, they'll offer you another $2 million to play the next place. So DK will make his way, no doubt about that. Talk to Ron Ritteman over there at Alamo Heights, and he'll tell you the same thing. There's just not enough adjectives for DK Garza.
Yeah, we would have loved to have seen him today, but he's got a little bit of a knee issue, so we hope he gets better there quickly because Cornell awaits.
First down and 10. White going deep. Beautiful deep ball thrown down there and almost caught. Good coverage as well on the back end by 23.
Ooh, he sure did.
Collins was lit up. He stood in there strong and threw it and then took a shot. But what a great ball he threw.
Yeah, 60 yards down the field, but man, hats off to the man that got back there, and that's Javion Rector from Wagner High School.
Cameron McDuffie on the coverage. It'll be second down and 10. That ball's picked. Will it be pick 6? It will. Timothy Cummings from Brennan High School. What a day for the Bears between Caden Glass, Makai Thompson, and now Timothy Cummings with the pick 6.
Literally just sitting back and playing center field right here. My pick, my touchdown, a gift 6 for Cummings and Team Blue.
Threw the brakes on last minute, cut back, touchdown. Need a holder. Need one more out there for the extra point. Steve Baser fired up about his guys' performances today, as Aikman looks to tack on the extra point that was wildly no good. 4:44 to play. Team White will have it right back when we come back. Welcome back. It's the Collision Experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. And guess who? Hudson Woods from Smithson Valley making the big strip sack for Team White.
We'll call him Super Collider on the Collision Experts from Alamo Heights collision of the game.
Again, caused an interception and 2 fumbles and recoveries in that state championship game against Frisco Lone Star. Here's Team White on a kick return. Another big pop. We can hear it all the way up here as the collisions continue.
There's been some thumping going on here in this one. Again, both of these defenses playing really, really well today.
Defensive slugfest, but Team Blue getting enough in the end zone to make the score look more lopsided than the game has felt.
Oh, look at Skipper over there trying to get him a couple more. Very nice.
Staying up on off the turf.
Give it to him again. Topper Sterling from Antonian High School.
He's had a nice little game here today.
Yes, he has. It throw you off a little bit when these kids all start changing logos and slapping them on.
I was telling Jenny Carnes during halftime, I said, you know, I said they all exchange it, make good friends. It's great for them. It's bad for the play-by-play guy. Corey Daly, the All-American from Seguin in. He's going to run it himself. And I believe that was Kyle Jackson from Jay who brought him down.
Look at those passing yards. It's just unreal.
9,000 yards. Just going to the University of Pittsburgh. A little slow. It's been a long day for him. He's coming out.
Yeah, good on him for doing both. I mean, that obviously helps the local game here, too. And to your point, I don't think we've had a single guy ever do what he just did today. Played in the big boy game and played in this one, too.
Kyle Jackson squaring up and bringing down the ball carrier there. And what a nice form tackle. Perfect by Kyle Jackson, a little undersized, but just squares him up and wraps up.
You know, we always, and rightfully so, we talk about the MIT thing and the band and all that, but I mean, this dude was the defensive district MVP in his league.
Yeah.
Man, I hope to come back when I do get half as much as that guy's got going for him. We all grow up, we want to be like Kyle Jackson.
It's interesting to hear him talk this week. You can just see how cerebral he is and how he processes everything. You might see pass interference with too late coming out, but the right call. That'll be an automatic first down for Team White. We'll have one more play before the 2-minute timeout.
Pass interference. Defense. It's a spot foul. Automatic first down.
Okay.
Nice ball.
Nice ball. The white team is on the move. Stops the clock with 2:03 to go. Sheeler from Steele on the reception.
Micah Sheeler, 6'2", 170 pounds, and he's doing Doing a great job of coming back for the football. Took a little bit of a lick there at the end, but gives you a little 6-7 and a fresh set of downs.
Part of a great offense there at Steele High School during his career. Another completion out there. And that'll take us, will it, to the 2-minute timeout. I do believe. And there it is. We'll take it with them.
2-minute timeout.
Oh, we're staying here for the 2-minute timeout. I'm going to head down to the field for the postgame show, and Chuck will bring it home.
Yeah, we'll see on TV, as they say, bro.
Don't look any further than Insera.com. Mobile laptop or desktop, low prices are right at your fingertips.
All right, y'all, it's time for our Rush Max player of the game, actually play of the game. Let's get a look at this. And it's going to be QB sneak and dive into the end zone. Absolutely well done on many fronts by Major Luna, who's due a promotion after that fantastic Rush Max play of the game. Shout out to a job well done, Team Blue, especially your defense here today. They not only did a fantastic job of limiting Team White from scoring points, they even chipped in on the scoreboard today with a defensive touchdown. Been all blue in the second half as we wind now inside of 2 minutes, 26-3 in favor of the blue. Got a little run play here as Team White tries to maybe get something going here before the end of the ball game. And can't say enough about the job Barrett Fallon has done being the workhorse for Team White today from Davenport High School. Just Team White not been able to sustain much of anything today on offense. We'll see if Daly can get things going here, kind of like he did in the All-American Bowl earlier today. Pretty ball into the end zone and strike away goal. Daly with an absolute dime on time for was Micah from Steele High School, I believe, on the receiving end. But look at this. Buys some time with his feet. For one play, and then when he's going into the end zone, just drops back and throws an absolute seed into the arms of Sheeler. Yeshaya Taylor from Veterans Memorial. I'm sorry, Micah Sheeler, I beg your pardon. Sorry, Micah, you had your uniform all scrunched up on me, sir. What a career he's had, obviously. I had it all day is what he's telling everybody. And you see the elite ability to throw the football and get it downfield from Daly. This thing was an absolute thing of beauty and great way to close out the game for Team White. We talked about Daly playing in the Navy All-American game earlier. And he did a really good job at the end of that football game. The West was down by a field goal. He got them down the field. The team did a really good job as a whole when he was under center and moving the football. And again, can't thank this young man enough for playing not only in that game, but doing this one too. I believe that's the first time we've ever seen somebody play in both games. And you got to believe we're going to get an onside kick here with the score being what it is, 26-10 with 1:14 left to go in the ball game. got the hands team out there. Of course, most of these dudes are on the hands team, but President Kalamako from Kerrville-Tivy High School there to secure the football for Team Blue. And we'll see if we see some kneel downs to end this ball game, or we'll see if TP Miller wants to maybe get the ball into the hands of somebody who hasn't touched it all day. Another fantastic showing here at the 48th annual San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game. Appreciate everybody coming out today to not only watch it, whether you're in person or whether you're watching it on TV, but also these young guys that come out here and entertained us all afternoon long. Wasn't a pillow fight by any stretch of the imagination. These dudes were balling out and taking their best shots here in what's probably going to be their last high school football game. All right, Blue's going to throw it, and they're going to go deep. Try to go for a home run ball there at the end. Caden Glass going deep to Brogan Dempsey from Bernie Champion. But an absolute great job on the back end by that White defense to make sure that that was not going to be completed. But you can certainly appreciate what TP Miller is trying to do here. Maybe get somebody who's not been able to get their hands on the ball all day or get a touch today to maybe get one here at the end with 1:05 left. Caden Glass gets the snap, and that one's not going anywhere. Talk about somebody who got their hands on the football right there for the first time today. Got a whole lot more than just the football is Michael Henderson from Harlandale High School. Michael Henderson telling them all about it. See, you had that in me all day. Coming right up, we got the Valero post-game show right around the corner. Don Harris is going to be on the field. He's going to be speaking with the MVP, the victorious coach. Lots of hardware to give away. As always, San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game.
Who's cutting it? Who's cutting it?
26-10 in favor of TP Miller's blue team so far in this ball game. TP and his 6A Johnson Jags with a remarkable season. Went the whole regular season undefeated. Won a couple of playoff games. Really did a nice job there. What a fantastic season to Coach Miller and all of his Jags. Gotta believe they'll be back again next year. You see a little QB draw here as we wind inside, a minute left to go. Caden Glass calling his own number.
Team White. Second timeout of the second half.
Or maybe wondering if he should not have called his own number. Certainly going to be a fascinating journey and to see who was our MVP today, because, you know, for most of this ball game on both sides of the ball, the best plays we saw were all coming from the defensive side on both teams. Both offensive lines having a hard time staying up with the performances with the guys that were on that first line of defense from both teams. Yeah. Defensive touchdown in this game debut. You can't say enough about really the cohesiveness of both of these teams too. We talk about it every year where you only have a few number of practices to get your team ready, and I think that you could do all this in about, I don't know, 8 hours worth of work. Very, very impressive by both of these teams to be able to come out and execute at the level that they have. Not a lot of penalties. Well done. Part of the reason why all these guys, coaches and players, are the best of the best. They had a near blocked punt. Instead, Team Blue's going to like the result as the ball nestles on the 10-yard line. And what an outstanding there in coverage is our man Cole Higbee. Team White had a bunch of dudes back there, came very close to blocking this one, and looks like they did everything but. Man, may have gotten a hand on it there. I'll tell you what, earlier in the ball game, Aaron Adejobi from Sotomayor High School almost blocked an extra point. He may have gotten a mitt on that punt right there. Regardless, we are 37 seconds away from crowning a victor here in the 48th annual San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game. Team White see if they can maybe get another Hail Mary up here and get on the board again. Heavy heat, and there to make the tackle there and really hustle that play was Eli Sanchez from Southwest Legacy, and boy, did he get a shot in on Xavier Gonzalez from Medina Valley. A tough dude, man. Ball at the 10, second down. Team Blue bringing the heat. And a nice play by our man 47, the pride of Ronald Reagan High School, headed to Army next, coming back into the play and knocking that ball away was Cole Higbee. 24 seconds remaining in the ball game. 3rd and 10 now for Team White as they try to figure out a way to pick up the sticks here. They got one more timeout left. So here we go. Ball snap. Blue is blitzing. And not exactly the kind of contact you'd think you'd see it late in a football game, but I guess it's the old adage. If you're going to try and keep trying to score some points, then we're going to try and stop you, and we're going to bring the heat. So Xavier Gonzalez has taken 2 unbelievably tough shots here in the closing seconds. Timothy Cummings, as we look at his resume, another fantastic one. You can't joke your way into the San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game, that's for sure. Gonzalez going deep, trying to find his man, and he's got him. The question is, can he score? The 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Team White. Noah Chambers from Cole High School in the house. Xavier Gonzalez with an unreal throw. Dime on time. Finally able to get a ball away without taking a shot at the other end, but once Noah got the football, he was picking him up and putting him down, and there you go. Been here all day. Oh, what a play to end this ball game here with 7 seconds left to go, I should say. 26-16. Noah Chambers. Give the folks a little extra excitement here. That's right. It's brought to my attention that maybe not done yet. Get the 2-point conversion here, and we're looking at a 1-possession game, believe it or not. Kind of feel bad for both of these teams. I hope they don't have hot dates after this game, man. It's taken an hour to play the last 30 seconds of this ball game. Noah Chambers just goes up, gets the football, and then remarkably able to keep his feet and get on down the field and score. But what a remarkable career he had at Cole. 81 career receptions, over 1,600 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns. All district, was the DB of the year 2 years ago. This year he was the wide receiver of the year. Fake the run, throw the slant, and I'll be darned, we got us a 1-score game here at the end as Riley is able to get the 2-point conversion there. Jaden Riley from Marion High School. Comes from a small town, but boy ain't small, man. 6'4". Ran a nice little slant right there. Got the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden, y'all, it is game on here in the Alamodome. 8-point game, 7 seconds left, and you know you got a quarterback that can throw a home run ball. You get the onside kick, and all of a sudden we're going to have a game. First things first, got to get the onside kick. So TP Miller sends his best guys out in terms of who's got the best hands, softest hands. And the key, if you're Team White, see if you can't get something on the ground that is oblong, not end over end. Catching a football with other humans barreling down on you, not easy to do. See if you can get something going oblong. Team White will tee it up at the 40, and here we go. End over end, so it's going to pop up in the air, but the ball is still loose. Team Blue able to recover right there, thanks to the good hands man of Isaiah Hines from South San. Let's take another look. Ball bounces in the air. Woo! A little face mask action there as the ball was able to carry him free from the initial intendee. But no autopsy, no foul, as they say. Team Blue is back on the ball. TP Miller with final words of instruction. Maybe just congratulations as he talked to Higbee and some of the other defenders. Simple run. And that's gonna do it for the 48th annual San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game. TP Miller's Team Blue 26, Team White 18. Great job by both of these coaches, Alex Franco and his staff as well. Well, we got this one in the books, and we're going down the field to find out more about it and to hand out some of the supreme accolades from this one when we come back.
Today's broadcast of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game is presented by Valero and sponsored by Whataburger, HEB, Thomas J. Henry, Frost, the PM Group, and Sierra Auto Group, Coca-Cola, Los Palapas, TSA OG Orthopedics and Spine, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Little Caesars, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Gautier Formal Dresses, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, and Brazilian Top Team.
All of our great sponsors.
Gotta start stumping feet. Pickable. I hit it from the back. I told her move her hands. Pickable. It's like where at pickable on your top. I'm with Dot. Don't look back.
What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Hey, that's my. Hey, that's my. Hey, with all that fake. Hey, ain't the one to play with. Hey. Pull off in a lamb, double pocket all that tams. Mister, get off on your mans. If he ain't you disrespect, you better follow up with hands. Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not.
Welcome to the Valero Postgame Show.
CWSA proud to bring you the San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game, and we got a winner. Let's go down to Don Harris and a cast of dozens down on the field. Don?
Join us on the field now as we go to the field for the award of the George Pasterchik Trophy and Valero Player of the Game. From News 4 SA, Don Harris.
Welcome back. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game on the CWSA. Don Harris, Chuck McIntyre with you back in the booth, and about 5,000 of our closest friends here in San Antonio. Y'all have a good time today? All right, it's time to pass out the hardware. This is a great San Antonio tradition. Our 48th year of the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. We've seen it grow over the years, and what an outstanding game today. Give it up for both teams who left it all out there on the field today, all the way till the end. Joining from Team White, Coach Alex Franco from the Southwest Dragons. Coach, it was never say die for Team White. You guys came back at the end. tell me a little bit about your experience this week and work with these young guys.
Well, we showed up for a full week of real football, a physical week of football, and these guys never blink. We already know coming in they were very talented, but they allowed us to coach as hard. Super proud of our coaches for, the first week back to school, doing their weekly stuff, and then giving up all their time for our fans and all that. And I say this, coaching these guys, San Antonio football is alive and well. We got Smith and Valley state champions. Give it up for those guys. Coach went on a nice deep run. And with this collection of all-stars, San Antonio football is alive and well, and it's coming. Okay, a big thank you to all these guys. Their parents, man, they've raised some great young men. Special shout out to my family. My father's here. He doesn't attend very many football games. It's a big deal for me. So I'm just truly blessed for the man upstairs to giving us the opportunity. And we told those guys, just next play, next play, next play. We wanted that onside kick. We're about to throw it deep with Daly again and see what happens. So it was fun. It was great. Thank you to these guys. Thank you to these coaches. Thank you, fans.
Well, Coach Alex Franco's built a heck of a program at Southwest. Thank you, Coach. What an honor to be able to coach this game. So congratulations. And now the coach of Team Blue, it's time to hand out the hardware to Coach T.P. Miller and Team Blue. Coach, what was your experience like working this week with these guys? So many talented players.
Well, first of all, hats off to these head coaches in San Antonio football, Texas high school football special. And it showed these group of young men here, they performed this entire week at practice, and really proud of them, really proud of our coaching staff, really proud of our support from our admin at NEISD and Northside. So it was just a great week.
Got so many great athletes out here in such a short period of time to figure out who's who and what's what. And yet, this was a clean game from both sides. It says a lot about the coaching staff able to put a plan together so quickly.
Well, I wouldn't say a clean game for at least on the Team Blue side, several mistakes. But the thing is that these athletes, they know how to overcome those mistakes. They know how to play football. And for us as coaches, we try to keep it simple and let the guys be athletes out on the field. So it was a fun week.
Congratulations to Team Blue. And now it's time to hand out the hardware. To help do the honors is Jenny Carnes from San Antonio Sports. By the way, Jenny's the CEO of San Antonio Sports. This is their game. And as you saw during the game, all the great things they do around the community. So let's give it up for San Antonio Sports for putting on another fantastic San Antonio Sports All-Star game. Congratulations, Jenny. And now to hand out the MVP award, it's our Valero Impact Player of the Game. From Team Blue, it is G-Ivory Graham. What a great run he had to blow this game open. Congratulations, G-Ivory. For those who may not know, G-Ivory's on his way to TCU. So congratulations to him on an outstanding career. G-Ivory has also overcome challenges of being hearing impaired, and he has never let his challenges limit him in the classroom or on the field. So congratulations, young man. What was it like to make a big play out there tonight when you were able to spark your team?
Well, it feels good. I always thought about making a big play down to the history. My team wanted me to make a touchdown. They said, I got a world photo, so I was like, all right, let's just make this play real quick. So I just felt good about it.
Did. Tell me about your future headed to TCU. Why'd you pick the Horned Frogs?
Well, I picked the Horned Frogs because I felt comfortable going there. I just want to make history for the first time. So I just want to step in, go down to history, become the best player, and go forward for my future.
So many players that play in this game on both sides enjoy the experience of the week, meeting new people, making new friends. What was that like?
Oh, it felt good. We all represent San Antonio, so it's brotherhood. We come together as family. So when we go down to history, we always have something to talk about. Hey, we played this all-star methods too. It's all about family, brotherhood, relationship, and bond. We keep us together. It's so terrible.
Congratulations, young man. G-Ivory Graham, our Valero Impact Player of the Game. And now, Coach T.P. Miller to give the trophy away to Team Blue. We'll send it back to Chuck Nicotinic in the booth. Chuck, take it away.
Don, thank you. Great job down on the field. And yeah, Team Blue is your victor from the 2025 football season in the San Antonio area. What a great job by Team Blue today. 26-18 your final from the Alamodome. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
Yard field goal.
The Blue takes it 26-18 over the White in the 48th annual San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game presented by Valero. And they got their money's worth today. We all did watching this one, because as we take a look at our game highlights presented by Brazilian Top Team, this is the two-headed monster of Makai Thompson and G. Ivory Graham running the ball. Thompson got the early touch for Team Blue. But again, we cannot say enough about both of these teams' defenses here. We had both defensive lines living on the other side of the line of scrimmage most of the day. As you can see, we had sacks, we had turnovers, we got the kicking game involved, and we had some dancing too. Gotta like that from Micah Sheeler from Steele High School. We had a lot of offense towards the end of the game. We had a diving touchdown. Had some dimes on time in the throwing game, and next thing you know, we got a lot of action here in the 48th annual, and what a ball game it turned out to be start to finish. So defenses dominated early, offenses started to get their legs underneath them late in the ball game, but it added all up, and Team Blue is your winner in 2026, representing the 2025 season. So that is going to put a nice big bow on the San Antonio Sports High School Football All-Star Game from the Alamodome. We thank you all for watching here on the CW35 all season long. For Chris Kotfis, for Brian Watts, for our man Nikki Six up here with me, Don Harris down on the field. I am Chuck Nicotinic. I say we do this all again next year right here on CW35. We'll have another great slate of action for you coming up late summer into the fall. Again, thank you for watching in 25-26, y'all.